Hello, my name is Reese Hunter, and today I'm going to teach you how to generate large collections of NFTs with metadata included for Solana or Ethereum. Before I knew how easy it was to generate large collections like this, I spent a lot of time trying to figure it out. So my goal is to cut out that step of the process for you and just get straight to it. Huge shout out to Hashlips for creating the program that we're going to use to generate this art. And real quick, right before we get into it, if you aren't following me on Twitter already, I highly recommend it. I'll be posting a ton of valuable content on there, so if you want to check it out, I'll leave the link in the description of this video. Alright, now let's get into how to generate your NFTs. Alright, so before we get started, there's going to be a couple things that you're going to need to download, the first one being Node.js. So just head over to this link, I'll leave the link in the description of this video, and then you can head over to here, make sure you're on LTS, and then you can select Windows, Mac, or Linux for whatever operating system you're running. I'm not going to go over the entire installation process in this video, but it's pretty straightforward, just download it and run it. And then you're going to need to download Visual Studio Code. So same thing, if you're on Windows, Linux, or Mac, you just download whichever one you need. Also, there will actually be one more thing that you're going to need to download, and that is Git. So if you're on Mac or Linux, you're going to head over to this link, which I will leave in the description. And if you're installing on Linux, you'll do these commands. And if you're installing on Mac, you'll follow these instructions. And if you are on Windows 10, I'll leave the link to this video in the description of my video so that you guys can go ahead and download that. Now, after you've done all that, you can head over to this GitHub page. I'll leave the link in the description, provided by Hashlips. And you're going to go over to code and then copy the link right here. We're going to be using that link in just a second. Now go ahead and open Visual Studio Code, which you've just downloaded. Go to File, Open Folder, and go to Desktop and select Folder. Now that you've done that, you can go up to Terminal and click New Terminal, and you'll see this window right here will appear. So in this window, you can type git clone and then paste in the link that we copied earlier. Hit enter and it will start to clone that GitHub repository. Once that's all done, you can go up to File, Open Folder, and now go to your desktop, and now we can open the Hashlips Art Engine folder. So now we can see we have opened this folder in Visual Studio Code. So now what we need to do is go up to Terminal and click New Terminal once again, and we're just going to type npm install. Hit enter and let that run. Once that's finished, now we're going to start editing some files. So navigate to this source folder, open it, and click config.js. Here we can see a lot of code, but don't worry, you don't have to do any coding. All you'll be doing is replacing words with whatever you want the actual metadata for your project to look like. So as we can see here, there's a section for general metadata, and then there's a section for Solana metadata only. For name prefix, you can change this to be whatever you want your collection to be called. So I'll call mine Freedom Fishies, which is the project I'm working on right now. And then the description will be the description of your collection, so we'll just make it that. And then the base URI is going to be the link to your files. Now, if your project is for Solana, then you can go ahead and change the symbol, the seller fee basis points, which will end up being your royalties, and the creators defines which percentage of royalties go to which wallet. So as you can see, we only have one wallet, and 100% of the royalties are going to go there. Make sure that you change this to your wallet. Now if we scroll down to layer configurations, we will see some variables here. The first one is grow edition size 2, and this will determine how many images get generated. So it's automatically set to 5, but we can change it to 5,000 or 10,000 or whatever you want it to be. I'm just going to set mine to 20 for now. And now we can see the layers. So these layers are actually going to be what shows up in the metadata. And the order these are listed in actually determines the order that they get placed on the image. So the background has to go first, or else the background will cover up everything else. So just keep that in mind. In case your images turn out wonky, it's probably because you set these wrong. So this is where your actual artwork will come in. So my actual traits for my collection are going to look much different than this. So I actually don't have a background right now. I just have outline, I have skin, I have outfit, mouth, eyes, hat, and item. If you have more than this, you can go ahead and copy and paste just like this. And if you have less, then you can just select and delete them. So this is exactly what mine is going to look like. Now the next step is to actually open up the Hashlips Art Engine folder in File Explorer. Now remember, this is located on your desktop if you followed the video correctly. So now we're going to go into the layers folder. So what we need to do is make these folders have the same names as these variables. So I would change this to outline, change one to skinned, and just go down the list. So once you've done that, double check to make sure all of the names are the exact same, or else this won't work. Now what you need to do is actually add the images to all these folders. I've already done that, so I'll go ahead and show you what that'll look like. So if we go into the eyes folder, we'll have all of the eye pictures. Hat has all the hats. Mouth. Item. Outfit. And skin. What you also need to do is make sure the names of these images are exactly what you want them to be in the metadata. And then at the end, you'll attach a rarity weight. And you do this by putting a number sign and then a number out of 100, and this will determine the rarity of this trait. Here's how it works. The bigger the number, the heavier the weight, which means the more likely it is to show up. So 100 is the most likely to show up, and 1 is the least likely. 50 is in the middle. So since I want mine all to be the same likeliness to show up, I'm just going to leave them at 100. So you need to follow this exact format for every single picture in your collection. Now, if you scroll down, there are a bunch more settings that you can play around with, but I'm just going to go over a couple of these. So for width and height, this will be the resolution of your picture. Right now it's set to 512, which is a little bit low. I'm just going to set mine to 1000 by 1000 to get a nice crisp image. Now if you scroll down some more, there is something called background. I'm going to leave mine on true because I don't have an actual background layer, but typically you're going to want to set this to false. This unique DNA variable will determine how many possibilities you can have. So mine's set at 10,000, which is fine because I'm only making 20, but if you have more than 10,000, you're going to want to make sure to change this accordingly. And finally, the very last thing, if you scroll all the way to the top, you can see network equals network.eth. If you want this to be for Solana, then you can change this to Sol. But mine's just for Ethereum, so I'm going to leave it how it is. And once you've done that, you're done with all of the configuration. So all you have to do is go into this terminal here and type node index.js. Hit enter and it will start generating your images. Now we can see that it has created 20 images and now it's done. So you can see a build folder was actually created. So if you go ahead and open that, you'll see there's a folder for images and a folder for JSON files. So if we open the images, you can see 20 of them here. Let's check it out. So here's the first one, second one, third one, fourth one, and it looks like it's generated all of our images beautifully. So now if we check out the JSON files, you can see they have all been generated perfectly. And now you have a beautiful collection of all your NFTs. Now that you can flawlessly generate your NFT collection, you should be able to flawlessly head over to Twitter and smash that follow button for me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope I was able to help you out in one way or another, and if I was able to, consider leaving a like and subscribing, and I will see you guys in another video.